Hey guys, welcome to a brand new video to the channel. Welcome to Friday, which generally means one thing. Welcome to Runescape free Marketwatch. So in this series, what we do is we go through the Runescape Grand Exchange on the homepage and go through price rises and price falls to discuss anything up in price, down in price, or ways to make a little bit more money in your Runescape free time. And in terms of updates, we have a graphical refresh to Waterbirth Island. We also have as well some important things which we'll probably talk about a little bit further down the line, where we have the API project check-in, and this is going to be things like Quest Helper, the plugins, very similar to what Old School has, so that is a massive move for RuneScape 3. Having the ability to have tile markers, Quest Helper, all these little things which the Old School client has would be a massive thing, and it's something I really want to sort of read through, highlight the really good things, and we'll talk about as well, and also the Road to Restoration, the Grand Exchange improvements as well. That is another big thing we'll do a video on a little bit later down the line. But it does seem to be a massive update which is going to come, and definitely something which will affect a lot of the series we do on this channel as well. Now, if you are enjoying the videos, please make sure to click a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're brand new. We are going for a monster goal this year of 12.5 thousand subscribers. So if you guys help me out, it would be absolutely amazing, and thank you guys so much for doing so, and your continued support throughout all these videos and this year as well. But we are not here for that. We are here for one thing only. Welcome to Runescape Free Marketwatch. We're going to go and jump into the price rises for this week. So starting off this week with the archaeology materials from the brand new dig site. I have price checked them this morning, and Triskelion is going to sell over 10,000 coins at a minute. Ivory and all the other items are roughly going to be between 6,000 and 9,000 coins. They've not moved too much considering it's been another week here, and a bit surprising really, because I imagine a lot more volume would have come onto the Grand Exchange and a lot less people would have been wanting to do that collection, so I'm surprised they've held their price. So pretty decent for that one. Again, it's still worthwhile doing to make money. Possibly the Mossy Peak could also be worth sifting soil for as well. As long as the prices come down to like the 2,000 coins mark, you could really go and make some money sifting soil with that as well. The steel bar has now increased to 1,470 coins. This is to be expected. The steel bar, as mentioned a couple of times over the past couple of weeks, got incredibly cheap for no real reason at all. And the steel bar going into things like clockwork and cannonballs just meant that there was such a big chance for you to make some profit, and you should have jumped in while there was a chance. And yeah, so that's going to continue going up. I wouldn't be surprised if it continues to go up like past 2,000 coins, and we can just see where it's going to go from there. But really surprising it dropped so much. We also have the anti-sanguine potion again from the quest. I've just gotten to price check this as well, and it's roughly going to sell between 60 and 100k. Still incredible money, and I've mentioned this in last week's episode. If you do the sanguine crawlers and you get some of that matter, yes, you could sell it on the Grand Exchange and make the potions, because you're going to save resources, make more potions with the normal herbal setup. I do think these are going to have some massive demand towards the end of the year when the high level stuff's going to be released. I imagine the anti-sanguine is going to be needed just because it was involved a little bit of storyline with this whole blood thing, but we shall see when that is all released. Cosmic Runes 297 GP each. We have Spirit Weed Seeds at 2.2k. Crystal Skull Chompers now going past the 4,000 coin mark, which is really expensive. There must be a reason for it. There must be a use for it, but very expensive on that part. We have Flax now 90 GP each. That must be we spoke about before, 1.1 thousand coins, but it might be a little bit different on the Grand Exchange. We have a Raw Shark 348 GP each. Again, is that something which is possibly gone too cheap and it's just going to rebound upwards. We have the Dinosaur Hide 1.1 mil on the Grand Exchange. This is one of those items which is used in Masterwork and is incredibly expensive. So we shall see how this keeps going. This has been well above its price for a while now. And if you're someone who really enjoys Big Game Hunter, it just means it's going to be more profit because the Dinosaur Hide really is that expensive. We have Springs now nearly 6,000 coins each. Again, I'm surprised these and Silverhawks really haven't had another run, because with the decrease sort of like after double XP and the fact there's less and less of them in the game. Yes, the Springs you can actually make untradeable versions with Invention. I'm just surprised they've not had more of a push, considering there's less in the game every single day. We have the regular Ghostly Ink, 6.3k each. Grimy Dwarfweed going up, and I might have already had a video out, or it's going to come in the next week, sort of looking at her prices, because her prices are cheap. So 3.2k, you kind of expect it. The Grimy Dwarfweed shouldn't have really been the price it was anyway, because it's used in 2 overload potions. So we'll see where that goes as well. Crystal Flask, 4.2k each. This will keep going up, because if you've got the option between a Crystal Flask and a Robust Flask for the Potion Flasks, you're going to pick the Potion Flasks every single time, because it's just going to be more money. So really, for Crystal Flasks, they kind of need to go to the same price, which will be interesting really to see that having two viable methods. But if you've got some Crystal Sandstone in your bank, definitely look at doing it soon, because you can make some really good money from it. Battle Staff's going up in price, 4.4k. They went just too cheap again, so this again is something which is bouncing up after a bit of a mini crash just to settle to a price which people are happy to pay for, and it's still worthwhile. We have an inert Adrenaline Crystal 1.9k each, the Bone Crusher Maul 14.6, Scrimshaw Vampirism 2.4 mil, and this was something I was expecting to have this kind of push a little while ago. Once they made all the changes where Vampirism was then a spell, and they've sort of taken away auras as well, I really expected the Scrimshaw Vampirism to really have a push, just because it can stack with a spell, and it can be another way, especially for a melee, which is very strong at the minute, just to get some more HP back. Maybe this is going to be a big push, but 2.4 mil is still a decent price at the minute. I would hold on if you have any of the Ancient Bones though to make Scrimshaws. Just wait for the price to keep going up, because they will get more and more expensive as the weeks go by. Powerful Ghostly Ink 18.9k each, Miasma Rune 491, Grimy Cannatine 650, and we have some Rune Bolts at 138. We have Cactus Spines 480 GP each, Jugs of Wine 99 GP, Seaweed 151, and we have some salvage here as well with a huge Plated Mithril Salvage at 10.4k. We have Jackalope Antlers 869, these are still going to be between like 5 and 10,000 coins. They did have a little bit of a spike for Jackalope pouches during the release of the Moonrise Dig Sites, but they are struggling to sell for as much as what they have been over the past couple of months. We have a Haven Silver Bar, 160 GB each. Again, that's something which very similar to all the Haven Hive stuff. They're just not updating the prices quick enough. That would be completely not what the price is. A Superstore Flask 6 dose is 24.1k. Augmenter 319.1. We have some bread at 591. And we have some emerald necklaces at 4.3k. And some yellow dye as well, 6.5. So pretty mid really in terms of price rises this week. There's some stuff we expect to go up. A couple of skilling supplies as well. The herbs, it's only really Grime Dwarf which is going on, but you kind of expect it. And also with those brand new dig site items, you kind of expected them to be lingering around while it's going to take a little while for the price to update. It's probably going to take the best part of like 3 weeks for that price update till it's sort of like not on the Grand Exchange. So we'll see that for the next couple of weeks. Couple of tokens as well, but nothing really too massive. The things here which are going up in price are things you expect, things which are either low volume, have crashed, or also just in demand. We've had some random spikes in demand because of quests and stuff which have made things more expensive. So price falls, what have we got for this week? So we've got Uncut Jade at 4.7k each. Still a little bit expensive, but the Jade, especially for like botanist amulets and some of the silver jewellery, does have a really decent purpose. Black Chinchompers 2.1k each, and a Starbloom Flower Seed at 25,000 coins. We have Air Runes at 26 GP each, Samite Silk 2.4, and Balarax Sashbrush now 109.2 mil, and a Headless Arrow 57 GP each. We have Lanternime Incense Sticks 18.4, Lustrous Energy at 260, a Moonstone Ring which has gone up in price because it's what you need for the brand new Ritual Ring. If you didn't know, you can get one of the artifacts from the highest dig site spot in the Moonrise Dig Site, combine it with a Moonstone Ring, and then you can go and make brand new Ritual Ring. We have a Mud Rune at 728 GP each, the Boat of the Last Guardian is now 1.7 bill, Powder Burials 358.7k, and White Berries at 1.8 thousand coins. We have Empty Bird Nest 671, a Standard Plank 384, our Chemical Keys 5.6k each, and Reinforced Rune Dragon Bones 35,000 coins. We have Uncut Opal at 508, Felt at 2.6k each, Standard Bones 232, and Soapstone at 2.5k. Orphan Glass 2.3, Leather Scraps 2.5, Gold Rune at 2.5. I imagine these might have been investments from people who are sort of banking on these materials because they're the ones which can be used through all the dig sites, of people just edging their bets for this brand new dig site. Didn't work out, and because of that the price has gone down after a little bit of a bump up. We have a Dragon Pickaxe 13.3, Orichalcum Bar 8,000 coins, the Dracolift Stone Spirits 801 GP each, and Summer Down Wool 14.7k. We have Boots of Tummican 257.8 mil, the Seren God Bow now 711 mil for that, Congealed Blood 209, and Vestments of Havoc Boots 166.1 mil. We have a Limestone Brick at 1500 coins, Grimy Toad Flax 1.6k, Manuscripts of Full 59, Fractured Staff of Armadillo 1.2 bill. Quite interesting that a lot of high level weapons have gone out. Quite interesting really that a lot of high level weapons have started to decrease after I've just made some big purchases, so that could be on me. But yeah, really interesting to see that go down in terms of those items because they're very big ticket items. We are very much in a bit of a lull at the minute, and it just seems that the items on the Grand Exchange and the item selling prices and even the moneymakers on the wiki are really reflecting that. Is that it's a bit of a struggle at the minute to find things which seem to give you a decent output at the minute, just because I don't know whether it's a lack of people buying. It just seems a bit of a weird, stagnant sort of time in the game. We have Orgone at 7.2k each, large crate Time War components, 879,000 coins. More archaeology items, so we've got Imperial Steel, Ancient Viz, Quintessence, all going down now to around the 2.3 to 3,000 coin mark. Vaughan Bombs 22.1, which is very, very cheap for a Vaughan Bomb. Again, very much goes up when there's PVM and demand for that. That's kind of a price you'd expect after a double XP, so really interesting to see that as well. We have Crystal Tool Seeds at 97k each, a Weapon Seed 154. The Undead Slayer ability is going to be just under 200 mil, and Lanika's Spear 7.2 mil as well. Ancient Ranging Potion for a 3 dose is going to be 7.9k. Extreme Strength Potion for a 4 dose 20.3. That seems considerably high, like when you think that the Dwarf Weed is going to be about 2.5 to 3,000 coins. But interesting to see how that's broke down. Malevolent Energy 1 mil each, Ceramic Scale 42.1, Elder Rune Helm plus 5 I imagine 1.3 mil. The Warpstone is 62.7, which didn't crash as much as I thought it is, unless it's considerably under its grand exchange price. But that could be a nice way to go and upgrade some of your weapons, especially if you do like a lot of the Demon Hind creatures. And then finally, Ascension Keystones, 83.2 mil, and a Summoning Potion, 3 dose, 10,000 coins. So, yeah, bit of a brutal one, really. Like, the standard archaeology materials have absolutely been killed off this week. Like, pretty much everything which could be shared between the dig sites has gone down very aggressively. We have some higher tier PVM weapons as well. Fractured Staff, some Havoc. We also have the Bow of the Last Guardian as well, all on the way down, which is really weird. Things like Vaughan Bombs as well on the way down, some extremes. Yeah, there's some stuff you could definitely look into investing over time. But at the minute with this market, unless it's something you're going to use in the immediate future, I really wouldn't look at it. But that's going to wrap up this week. Let me know what you guys think in terms of the price rise and price falls this week. Are you making any moves with the Grand Exchange? Are you investing in anything? Let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Really hope you enjoyed. I'll see you guys very soon in the next video.